Hello, beautiful person. I'm so excited to be here with you. It is Sunday evening and Sunday Silver with Hadass is on. I'm going to do my best to do this every Sunday evening. There will be at the end of September and in October, there will be a few Sundays that I won't be able to do this because of the high holy days. But otherwise, if there isn't something like that going on, you should see me here on Instagram, on Facebook, and on LinkedIn, and on Twitter. Those are some of my favorite social media, I have to tell you. So I am excited to be here, and I wanted to talk about what's between your ears. So if you're on live, I would love it if you would drop a comment and just tell me where you're from and what you're doing and how you found me or whatever else you feel like sharing with me. I would love to just have some communication with you because that's just fun. Hey, hello. Hello, hello. It's so nice to see people. So, what's between your ears? So, if you follow me on social media, and obviously if you're watching this, you at the very least have some idea of who I am on social media, then you've seen me complaining and whining. Although I haven't done as much whining as I might have otherwise, because I actually recorded a video on Friday, which was very whiny, and and then I ended up not posting it. So, what am I whining about? So, I got COVID about a month ago. Actually, today's the 4th, so it was exactly a month ago. And I'm recovering, thank God. Well, it was bad for a little bit and then it got better. But here it's been 4 weeks and I am still not where I want to be in terms of recovery. And in particular, again, if you follow me on social media, you know that I like to run, I like to lift, and I take some pride. It's part of who I am that I have been able to do some, pretty serious running for a 60-year-old, and definitely with lifting. I mean, running's not my natural forte. I am a lifter, not a runner, as they say, but I do love lifting. And it's been really frustrating. Like this past Thursday, I went to the gym for the first time in 6 weeks. So the first 2 weeks were because I was on holiday, and that was fine. I was in Victoria and I had a fabulous time running along the gorge. If you know Victoria, you know that that is an absolutely beautiful area. And I was able to run, down the gorge all the way to the Esquimalt Bridge and beyond. And so, like, it's like 6 or 7 kilometers on a morning, and it was fine. I mean, I wasn't particularly tired when I was done. I was ready to start the day. So, it's really important for who I am that that is something that I can do. And right now I can't. And that is just really, really upsetting for me because, as I said, it's really part of who I am. It's really important to how I feel about myself that I'm able to be active. And so this video that I didn't post was basically a 15-second reel going, "Where do you find the patience?" And then I decided not to post it because here I am complaining and putting negativity out in the world, but now I'm doing it actually with a purpose. And there is, I am going to make it better, I hope. But anyway, that is the plan. So this 15-second reel, which was really nothing but me complaining and saying, "What do you do to find the patience when you know you can't?" And there's a lot of fear going on there. I am not a fan of toxic positivity. So it's not the case that I'm like, well, just pretend that everything's better and all the bad things will disappear. That's not how life works in reality, as we know. So that's not what I'm advocating. I am, however, advocating feeling your feelings and not hiding from them and not pretending they're not there. So, this may not seem like a big deal. There's people who have gone through much worse, and I understand that. But for me, the idea that maybe I might not be able to get back to where I was, and I might not be able to lift heavy weights and run, distances, is very scary because, as I said, it's a huge part of who I am. And so when part of what I have to do is to work through those feelings of fear, of, you know, despair, because, I lifted, um, I was doing some deadlifts, and it didn't feel heavy. Like I have the strength. What I didn't have was the endurance. My chest started burning and I short of breath, and it was just so aggravating. And fear and bit of despair of, is this going ever going to get better? And it's really, I know it was my first time back to the gym. Not being at the gym for 6 weeks, I probably wouldn't have been where I was before anyway. I mean, I put on some weight. I was on holiday. We had good food. We had, sugary drinks, all the things. But the point is that as all of a sudden I was really struck by a fear that it's not going to get better. And so I think it probably is going to get better because I'm already feeling better today than I did on Friday. But I just wanted to talk about how important it is to think about what's between your ears, because I honestly believe that physical healing and recovery goes hand in hand with your attitude. And I'm not entirely convinced that you can do it all by force of will. Like I said, I do think that, you know, there's different things going on, and you can't really, heal yourself just by thinking good thoughts. I don't think that that works. However, I do believe that you're going to heal better and faster if you're thinking good thoughts. And so, where I want to talk a little bit about that, because it's not just about the thoughts, but the thoughts lead to better behavior. So when but again, just saying, if you're joining me live, I would love to know who you are and where you're from. So if you want to drop a comment, and if you are on the replay, then say hashtag replay and tell me where you're watching it from and maybe when, because that would be cool too. So, thinking good thoughts when you find yourself in a physical situation that you're not happy with. For example, in my case, recovery from COVID that was just going a little more slowly than I expected. My kids are already fine. It's like it's never been. And, they're young. Obviously, they're younger than me. They're my kids. So, but even so, I was a little dismayed that I couldn't get back to where I've been. Because, I've been sick before. But this is really... So, what do we do about it? And here's what I was finding. I was finding that because I was having all these thoughts that maybe I'll never get better, and maybe, I don't deserve to get better. Let me tell you, weird things happen between my ears. I don't know about your ears, but between my ears, there's some weird stuff going on. So I had to stop and do some work on this. And I realized that I wasn't treating myself very well. I mean, when I was actually sick, like really sick, like with the fever and everything, I stayed in bed, not the whole time because I had to feed the family and so on, but I stayed in bed and I slept like 8 hours or 9 hours sometimes at the peak of things. And then I started to feel better, and I was like, well, I got work to do. I should start getting back into my routine. Okay, so maybe I can't run, but I'll go for a little walk. And I did one run and I knocked myself out, and my kid read me the riot act about not overdoing it. So that was a whole different thing. But and I found that I was like not getting enough sleep. And it's like a petulant toddler. I want to go to sleep. And then, if you're not going to sleep on time because you're scrolling social media, and, that's just an excuse. There's nothing there that's not going to be there the next day. And, sitting there scrolling. Where's the chocolate? Where are the cookies, or even the pretzels, or whatever stuff that people have in their houses? I have kids, as I mentioned, and, I have stuff in my house, and normally it doesn't even occur to me to have any of it, or maybe I'll have a little bit and then I'm done. But I was like really not getting enough sleep, eating too much crap, because I call it the I'm feeling sorry for myself diet. I deserve to have ice cream because I'm feeling cruddy. Well, maybe if you went to bed, you wouldn't feel so cruddy. Ooh, we don't want to hear that. So, like I said, the real work happens between the ears and the realization that I have to take better care of this body. It's 60 years old. I don't usually like to think about that. People are often surprised to hear how old I am, but there it is. That is how old I am, and I'm getting better. But I was just bringing this as an example for you about what happens when you allow the negative thoughts to run rampant, because it leads directly, at least for me, it leads directly to neglecting my own personal health and not getting enough sleep, not eating the right food, maybe not drinking enough water. Cheers. Water is, that's the other thing. You have to drink enough water, especially if you're recovering from an illness, but you have to be willing to take care of yourself to do that. So, sleep, and then food and water and gentle exercise. Okay? Because, I at least will get mad and run harder, and then that's not good for anybody or anything. So, in conclusion, I wanted to invite you, if you will accept this request of mine, to help me with keeping myself accountable in a gentle way. Okay, I have beaten myself up plenty over the years. I'm sure you have beaten yourself up plenty over the years. So it's we're not looking for a beat down here. What we're looking for are gentle reminders. And we're all human, and we all make mistakes, and we all do things that we know we shouldn't do. So I wanted to ask you, as my friend here on social media, whether you're on Instagram or on LinkedIn or on Facebook or on Twitter, if you see me live and active after 9 p.m. Central Time, okay, right now it's Central Daylight Time, and a few months it'll be Central Standard Time. Regardless, if you see me active on social media after 9 p.m. Central Time, please send me a message, a gentle message. Don't be mean. I don't want to be mean to myself, and I don't want you to be mean to me. Just a gentle message and say, hey, Hadass, noticed you're active on Twitter or on LinkedIn or on Facebook or on Instagram. I know I see you active, and just a reminder, it's past 9 p.m. I would be so grateful, because it's not that I don't remember. Trust me, my phone is full of reminders, and stuff pops up and it says, get off social media, go to bed, get your drink, go to bed. Da, 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 da. You know how it is with those reminders. You have enough of them, you ignore them. So I would love your help and working on what's between the ears, because that's what's going to lead to health with everything else. So if this has been helpful for you, I would love it if you would drop me a comment and tell me so. I would love to hear your experience, especially if you're recovering from the same fun little virus and you're finding yourself dealing with the fear and the despair and the, oh my God, this is just not happening the way I wanted to. If you're dealing with that, you're not alone. I would love to know that I'm not alone, that I'm not overreacting and being crazy here. So I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much. You have a great evening.